Hello, this is Fiona Kennedy speaking. I wanted to tell you today about CBT Plus, which is a new therapeutic approach which integrates 4 of the really best therapies out there at the moment. And I also want to introduce Rosie Dog, who is not really an expert on CBT Plus, but she's very, very good at eating meaty strips. So CBT Plus takes the best from ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy, DBT, dialectical and behaviour therapy, CFT, compassion focused therapy, and CBT, cognitive behaviour therapy. And the reason that Dave Pearson and I wrote a book about that is because we went on lots of different courses and we learned about these different therapies and we applied these different therapies in different settings. But what we found was we were kind of randomly plucking a technique from here, a theory from there, and applying it. And we thought, well, the best thing to do is to sit down and think this through and say, what would an integrated therapy look like? So if you've been in the same position as us, if you've found that you are taking techniques from courses you've been on, or you're interested in doing that, why not do it in a thought-through way? So CBT Plus takes the client and the therapist from the beginning of their relationship all the way through to the end. And as a guide for therapists, we've created an acronym. And that acronym is NAVIGATE. So NAVIGATE stands for, N stands for name the problem, which sounds simple but often isn't because there could be a lot of shame involved and it might be a bit complicated. Develop awareness about the problem, so that's thoughts, feelings, behaviours, body sensations during the problem and when the person thinks about the problem. Use values work, so really clarify the person's values, the kind of person they really want to be in their life. And then investigate the function of the problem behaviours. So we'll have a list of target behaviours, a bit like in DBT, and we'll use behaviour analysis to decide what is the function of each of those behaviours. How is it working for the person? And we're going to then start moving away from those problem behaviours by thinking of new things to do instead. So G stands for goals. So SMART goals, quite like in CBT. Thinking about small baby steps the person can take to move towards the values we've identified earlier. The next A is a work at a deeper level, which is about acceptance. Acceptance of the self, acceptance of other people, acceptance of the situation, acceptance of our own life history, and finding new meanings in that. So acceptance work is at a deeper level, followed by T, which stands for tackle trauma. So we reckon about this stage, if there's a trauma history in the person's life, you will have made a good relationship with the person, you may be ready to approach the trauma. So looking at ways that we can effectively approach trauma and reprocess it if necessary. E stands for the use of exposure, which is obviously involved in trauma work. Might be some more stuff about actually going out and exposing oneself to difficult feelings, doing difficult things in order to get a meaningful life. And also stands for emotion, so educating the person about managing emotions, regulating emotions. And lastly, S is for new skills. So all the way through this therapy, we're going to be teaching new skills about self-regulation, as I mentioned before, building new relationships, and living the life that you've decided in your values work you really want to live. So that's Navigate, and I just want to show you this book. Just one moment, I'll get it for you now. Which is this one, which is called Get Your Life Back, The Most Effective Therapies for a Better You. And this is a self-help book, but it can also be used by clients and therapists together. So you could either give this to your clients to prepare for therapy, give it to your friends who want to solve their own issues, or use it therapist and client partnership to help you work through Navigates. And at the moment we're writing another book, a therapist companion, which is going to be about CBT Plus as part of the Routledge CBT Distinctive Features series. So that's everything I've got to tell you right now about CBT Plus. And Rosie, as you can see, has not really been totally fascinated by my talk, but she's obviously found it quite relaxing. So thanks for your time and hope to see you again. Goodbye.